Tensions have resurfaced in India's northeastern state of Manipur as 2 people were killed and at least 9 others injured in a gun and bomb attack by suspected militants. Police have confirmed that advanced drones were used in the attack to launch multiple rocket-propelled grenades. The attack was launched in Imphal West, Kotruk region. According to Manipur police, alleged Kuki militants were behind the attack. Police have termed the attack as unprecedented, saying that while drone bombs have commonly been used in general warfare, this recent deployment of drones to deploy explosives against security forces and civilians marks a significant escalation. The police suspect involvement of highly trained professionals, possibly with technical expertise and support. The village has been heavily affected by the ongoing conflict, experiencing frequent gunfire incidents. Security forces have been asked to remain highly alert and maintain vigilance along border areas. As residents of the village recall the horror, saying that they saw 2 drones flying over the area minutes before the bombs were dropped. Several houses were also damaged due to heavy shelling. Many villagers were evacuated to safer areas. According to eyewitnesses, some of the houses are still burning. A woman was killed and her daughter shot in the arm. The injured also include a local journalist, 2 police personnel and other residents of the village. The State Home Department has said that a man was also killed in the attack, bringing the death toll to 2. The Home Department has accused Kuki militants of trying to undermine the state's peace efforts and creating havoc among unarmed villagers. It added that immediate action has been taken up to address the situation and punish those responsible. And for more on this, the former Director General of Police for Manipur, Mr. B.L. Vohra, joins us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. After a brief respite, Manipur is in the grip of violence yet again. What is the root cause of this flare-up?
Root cause, as you know already, this problem started last year in the month of May, and this was the conflict between Kukis and Meiteis, which basically again started because of poppy cultivation in areas like Chudachandpur, which are bordering Myanmar. People came from there. Already, of course, poppy cultivation was there, so a lot of drug lords are involved in the whole thing. And then, of course, a judgment of the High Court of Manipur asking the state to consider ST status for the Meiteis and make a recommendation which they Kukis interpreted as saying that reservation has been given by the High Court and that this will impinge on their quota of the reservations. So that flared up. And of course, then the land issue is also there. Meiteis, who constitute a majority, live in the valley. Tribals are in the hills. And Meiteis being more in number, they wanted to go towards the hills, but it was being resented. Meiteis also can't buy land in the hill areas, but whereas the tribals can buy. So so many issues. I've served there for about 10 years as Home Secretary also. I didn't see that there's always a communal harmony. And now, as you know, the distrust is so much that the areas are marked. People of one community cannot go to the other. Yeah, so that is the root cause of the problem.
Right.
Yes.
Of course, sir, you understand the dynamics better than most. And as per reports, these are high-tech drones that were used to carry out the attacks. Are drones becoming the new terrorist weapons?
In fact, if you ask me, it's been worrying. I mean, I'm just worried as to what has happened. Number one, of course, it's very clear that the drones, the expertise, the training, the equipment, that has been given some highly trained, either an insurgent group or by some foreign government, intelligence agency of some foreign government. It's very, very clear. And what does it mean now? It means that criminals in other parts of India also will now know this, now that this can be used. And drainage posts can be used even in urban areas, as you know that very well. Which also means, in turn, police has to upscale its capabilities now. And I think we are entering into another layer, another level of the security fight with the criminals and insurgents on the one hand and police on the other hand. And I think this was not thought of, frankly. So these bookies, by using the drones, have shown the way to others. And of course, they've shown the way to the police also. But police reaction, as you know, is always late because, the government, there, of course, those people can go buy off the shelf. Here, of course, it will take time. But yes, definitely a new dangerous element in this kind of situation. Today, of course, is conflict, ethnic conflict, but let's say by terrorists. Who knows tomorrow? Criminals can also use it against other criminals or against the police also.
Right,
So this
sir.
all can happen now. It's a different ball game altogether, if you ask me.
Right, sir. And just to expand on that, is there a security system in place to challenge the use of these high-tech drones? Does this point to the changing nature of the deployment of drones?
Of course, it does. In fact, what you will perhaps need is now all the time surveillance by drones over the skies, like what happens on ground. Whenever there's situation, there's patrolling by the police on the roads, preventive action. Now that means tomorrow you'll have to think of flying drones also simultaneously in the sky as to see what's happening there. So this will mean more, of course, resources, more training, more equipment, all that is there. But in effect, it's a new dimension to the entire security scenario in the country now.
All right. Well, Mr. Vora, thank you so much for joining us on WION with your insights on this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.